But happy to see everyone. Good morning and welcome to the Symposium. It sounds really nice to say that the way it is. I'm very excited, and I know you all are. My name is Wisdom Chap Jumbo, and I'll be your host and MC today. And on behalf of EnAccess and the World Resource Institute, I want to specially welcome every one of you to this inaugural event and this inaugural symposium for open source in energy access. I hope you're all as excited as I am, because the conversations, the agenda, and all we have packed really is interesting. I'm looking forward to how the panels will navigate the topic, the presentations, and all that will be said. And one of the most interesting parts of the sessions for me is we are here with him as part of his delegation. We really want to thank you so much, Executive Director of Technical Services, and also the Technical Advisor on Power and other delegation here with the MD. Thank you so much for making the time. Ladies and gentlemen, this symposium, as you already know, is organized by the EnAccess Foundation and the World Resource Institute, and together with our partners. If you look up the screen, you can also see them. We've partnered also with the World Bank, who is also sponsoring us for this. The ESMAP, Energy Sector Management Assistance Program, and also Prospect, who you'll be learning more about them as we go on. Ladies and gentlemen, just to inform you also, as you can see, we have cameras, we are live streaming, we are taking photos, just to let you know, and we will be live on YouTube and on the Zoom, just of course to get more audience in the room. If you want to send the link to anyone to join on YouTube, just go to the EnAccess Foundation YouTube page, and we are live. Just to tell you how important these conversations will go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fine day. This is day one. I'm super excited, but to give you the proper welcome and also tell you more about the organizers and more into the event and why you are here, I would like to call on representatives to give this introduction. But just before I call on that, just to also know that we have very soon we have Wi-Fi services that will be available for everyone in the hall. And just to let you know, the conversations today will be having the comments and questions on Discord. If you received all the emails we sent to all participants, there's a platform, Discord. You may want to download the app because the questions and deliberations, further deliberations will be happening on the open source community we have set up on Discord. How many of us know Discord here? How many? Oh, okay, fantastic. It makes my work even easier not to explain so much. All right, so please, we have created different forums on the open source. You'll see Oasis 2024 sessions, and the different conversations are there. That will be where we'll be taking questions from, and you can also join the online interactions on the different panel as we go on. I'll tell you more as we go on into the program, but really excited to welcome you once again. But to give you the proper welcome from EnAccess Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite the program manager, Clara, to give us a warm remarks. Clara, please.
Women in Action. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and all the brilliant minds gathered here today, welcome to the inaugural Open Source in Energy Access Symposium. I'm thrilled to stand before you as we embark on this groundbreaking journey at the intersection of two vital areas, open source and energy access. I'm Clara, the program manager at the EnAccess Foundation. This event came about a chat between Tamara Mahoney, who used to be at EnAccess but left us, and Dimitris Mentis, of World Resources Institute in the spring of 2023. They dreamed of such an event, not knowing that it would become a reality. Thanks to the dedication and vision of the EnAccess team and the WRI team, we are here today. Also, thanks to the sponsorship of the World Bank, ESMAP, GIZ Get Invest, and Prospect, we are together to explore the immense potential of open source in revolutionizing energy access worldwide. Just take a moment to consider the impact of what you're about to embark upon. Access to energy isn't just about flipping a switch. It's about empowering communities, driving economic growth, and ultimately transforming lives. And open source, well, that's the secret sauce. The catalyst for innovation, collaboration, and boundless possibility. Throughout this symposium, we'll have the privilege of hearing from industry pioneers, thought leaders, and change makers who are at the forefront of this revolution. We'll unravel challenges, celebrate successes, and chart a course towards a future where energy access knows no bounds. But this is just about talk. It's about action. That's why we're rolling up our sleeves and diving headfirst into a hands-on solution. From developing data sharing to drafting open communication protocols, we're not just dreaming a better future, we're building it. And let's not forget the incredible diversity of voices and perspectives in this room. We have strived to make this event as inclusive and diverse as possible. And I'm very proud to say that we are almost par women to men with 45% representation of women. And 70% of the speakers are from the Global South. We also have a variety of profiles: project developers, policymakers, manufacturers, and members of the open source community. Honorable guests, let's make the most of this opportunity. Let's learn from each other, collaborate creatively, and dare to imagine a world where energy access is not just a dream, but a reality for all. Thank you for being here today. Now let's get to work and ignite the open source revolution for energy access.
Thank you so much, Clara. Please, can we give a round of applause again? I think you took my own book too, so let me take it. All right. You can see from her remarks, I mean, they are really important part why we need to have this conversation. There's so much to learn. There's so much to understand. And I can't wait for us to go into the conversations to give even further clarity on really the importance and intersection of open source, energy access, and which is really why we're here. But anyways, to even tell us much more, I would like to invite a representative from the World Resource Institute to also tell us more and give the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to invite the communications lead for Africa, Susan. Yes, all right, please round of applause for Susan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Is it loud? Can you hear me? Okay, great. My name is Susan Onyango, as you heard, and I'm the Communications and Engagement Director for WRI Africa. And I'm honored to stand before you today at the opening of the first ever Open Source in Energy Access Symposium. This is my first time in Nigeria, and I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to eating some jollof rice and other delicacies. So World Resources Institute is a global nonprofit working on 6 critical goals that the world must achieve in this decade to secure a sustainable future. So it's climate, it's energy, it's food, forests, fresh water, and oceans, among others. So using research-based approaches, we work to meet people's needs, to protect and restore nature, and stabilize the climate and build a more resilient communities. And indeed, that's what we need today. So WRI has worked in Africa for over 30 years on forest protection and land restoration, more recently on sustainable cities, energy, and climate action. So in 2017, all these crystallized under the helm of an African leadership and formalized as WRI Africa. So we are formally 7 years old, but have been working here for 30 years. Today we have a team of over 125, close to 150 scientists and experts working across the continent. So for us, we see a strong connection between climate action and economic growth and development. And for countries to thrive, they must protect their ecosystems. You can see all the destruction from floods that we're experiencing in Kenya. We must invest in sustainable infrastructure. Yes, we are losing our infrastructure due to this destruction and climate change. And we must ensure access to clean energy for all. This will unlock opportunities to create jobs and support equitable growth and resilient economies. And I believe that is all what we are desiring for. So today we work in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Kenya, Republic of Congo, and Rwanda. We have formal offices in these countries. But in addition to these, we've got projects and strategic engagements in Burundi, Ghana, Cameroon, Madagascar, Gabon, Nigeria, and South Africa. So yes, we're working in Nigeria. At WRI, we believe that good data is sound for solid decision making. We produce data sets, data products, and data-based tools which we make openly available through our open data commitment. We are strong advocates for open source solutions and innovations, and that is why we are here today. I'll tell you briefly about the tools that we use in Africa, because earlier I told you that we are research-based. We have the EnAccess Explorer, which some of you may be familiar with. It's an interactive online tool mapping the state of energy access in underserved areas across Africa and Asia. Global Forest Watch offers latest data, technology, and tools that empower people to protect their forests everywhere, and Aqueduct tools that enable users to measure, map, mitigate water risks around the world with its open source, high-resolution platforms. So why Nigeria? Why did we pick Nigeria for this first symposium? First of all, Nigeria has a big population. It is the #1 country in the world with the most number of people without access to electricity. So this indeed presents an opportunity for adopting open source technology to bridge the energy gap, and this already will bring in big impact. Secondly, World Resources Institute has been working with the Rural Electrification Authority. We have an MOU on energy, data, and analytics through the EnAccess Explorer. We customize this tool to support energy planning and effective data management and data governance. You'll hear more about this in one of our sessions tomorrow. So this conference, first of its kind to specifically focus on the intersection of open source and energy access, presents a unique opportunity. It is a crucial area, given that access to energy is a critical component of the Sustainable Development Goals. Remember, this is the year 2024, and we said we're going to achieve these goals by 2030. So the urgency is even more evident that we need to speed up. Open source has shown immense potential in accelerating progress towards these goals. So let's embark on this exciting journey together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Clara. Please round of applause again for World Resource Institute. As you can see, the partnership is strategic. Organizing this event is important. Choosing Nigeria is key. And having an area in the building is also really strategic. Ladies and gentlemen, also to give us welcome remarks, just to say a few words, of course, why the area is here and why be a part of this conversation. And why we're really appreciative of their support. We also would like to read now of the work of the RIA and a few comments from the MD, Mr. Abba Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause to welcome the MD. Thank you so much, sir. A pleasure to have you. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. Wisdom doesn't know how strategic it is for REA to be part of this session. when you have a key performance indicator and you realize that someone somewhere is working towards helping you to deliver on that key performance indicator, what do you need to do rather than just to be part of that session? A key aspect of REA that the minister wants REA now to deliver on, it's bringing in an electrification plan. And an electrification plan without data, it's absolutely almost impossible. And that is why our presence here is not necessarily for EnAccess, it's for REA itself. It is for REA sustainability, it's for REA to deliver on its own strategic objective. Good morning once again. I'm passionate. I forgot to even greet you guys. One key aspect that I would like to just draw our attention is REA has now understood the fact that for us to deliver, to bridge the energy access, there are 5 key aspects of work that we need to focus on. The first is for us to design large-scale projects that are impactful, in as much as the little isolated project that we are working on matters, but we need to also think big. We need to scale up. We need to think of bringing much bigger projects. That is one. Secondly, also is for us to crystallize local funding, which is very key to have in mitigating the risk associated with deployment of projects that will help us to address the energy gap. The third is innovative financing, which is key as well, linked also similar to the local financing, but we want it as a chunk of our work that needs to also be worked on. Then the key aspect also is that of sustainability, planning with the end in mind to make sure that whatever intervention we bring in, it's sustainable over a long period of time. Then lastly is providing the catalytic funding to developers to help them in bridging this gap. Now, what is one common thing that cuts across all these 5 areas is the need for data. The need for data to make sure that we have these 5 key areas deliver the objectives that we want to do, which is to bridge the gaps. Now, for REA to deliver on this, we now set a key, very strategic target for ourselves. And this is to work with developers, to have them move from being developers to become what we call the RESCOs, the Renewable Energy Service Companies, right? And for them, the ambition we have is for them to have a portfolio of utility scale portfolio that they are managing. We want a situation where these RESCOs will grow to have a portfolio of about 100 megawatts in their own making that they are generating, distributing, metering, providing customer service and collecting. We want a situation whereby in future these RESCOs will even serve as an alternative to our distribution companies. We want to push all the players within this system to scale up. And for them to scale up, they need a data that is useful. For you to develop, to ensure sustainability of our project, you need an accurate data from the beginning for you to plan with the end in mind. So to this end, the minister directed REA to work on establishing electrification plan. And for us to have this electrification plan, we need to leverage on an open source like this to VIDA, all other sources that are very useful in providing data in terms of what are the gaps, where are the communities, how are these communities structured, what are the information around these communities, what are the social economic indicators of these communities. So we need all these data to help us make this plan. Also we want financiers that will help us to move these developers from being developers to these RESCOs to also have access to this data. So this data is not only for the developers, but even the financiers. They need a data to help them do short-term, long-term planning for them to make their own financing projection. So to this end, I'm here to stand to tell you that this is a very noble initiative, and REA is very much keen to key into this initiative, and we will definitely make use of this open source, and we will work with you to make sure that we move our developers from being ordinary developers per se to being RESCOs, renewable energy service providers that will have utility scale portfolio to help us bridge this gap as quick as possible. As Clara said, it's no more time for rhetoric, it's time for action. And for REA, this is what we are just moving towards to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Please, we can do one more time for the active member of the REA. I can see that the energy the REA has been known for is still being carried on. That gives me so much joy. And just in case you don't know, the work of the REA in the sector really cannot be overemphasized. They are doing so much for players within the sector, and especially driving funding also. So some of us who know them can testify to that. So it's good to see the key interest to now include open source to see how that can even do much more for energy access in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please one more time, a round of applause for the acting member of the Mr. Abba Amin. Alright, before we get into all the serious talk, we have people in the room, we want to just move around and talk a little. And a little exercise before we get into the very serious business. And please, our online viewers shouldn't feel left out. While we do this, you can simply, if you're on Zoom, go to the chat box and maybe you want to introduce, go to Discord. Go to Discord and maybe you want to introduce yourself, say what you do. Do you want to put that slide with the QR code for Discord? So that in case you don't know how to access it, you can quickly scan the QR code on the screen and quickly go to Discord. We want to keep the conversations in Discord. So as we do the exercise in the room, online people, you can move to Discord and introduce yourself and let us know who you are, what you do, and where you work, and that will really be good. But for us in the room, ladies and gentlemen, the quick exercise, I want us to connect with as many people as you can in the room. And one thing we do differently is I want you to note that one thing that you have in common as you move around to meet people. It cannot be something you already know, so that should be ruled out. What is the new thing you want to learn, or maybe identify what you have in common? Do you want to try that quickly in the next 5 minutes? Yes, all right. So let's stand up and move around, meet somebody. And if you have not met the NGRA, you can move forward now, come and have a handshake and introduce yourself. So what you do is let me know that one thing you have in common. I have a prize for who can tell me everything we learned from everyone today. All right. What is that one thing you have in common? It shouldn't be what you already know, mind you. All right, I like this. If you're online, our online viewers, you can quickly move to Discord, scan the QR code on your screen, move to Discord, join the Discord channel and forums for the different conversations, and let's have you introduce yourself. Make sure you meet someone, Make sure you meet someone if you're in the room. Very important. If I were you, I would have my complimentary cards with me, You can never tell if I were you. have your card with you. So I get your. Let me meet the big boss. Okay, that's fine. Where's Philip? Make sure you're capturing the moment, eh?